the gold. Some people are calling it a scandal, and some people are calling it the gold find. On behalf of the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, I would like to put it on record that 2 years ago, I made a statement concerning KCM when the fight began of trying to look for some international investors to come and take over from KCM. I made it very clear I'm a Pan-Africanist in approach, and I'll continue to push for a matured Zambia, a matured Africa, to take care of our own responsibilities instead of always believing that a white man out there has the answers for us. I do not believe that at our age. I would echo the words of my mentor, Kapwepwe, who made it very clear that if we do not grow up quickly and take care of our own business, the colonial person is going to come back and take over this country again. And therefore, I would like to say that where we have reached, the KCM, there is a feeling in us of inadequacy as a people. We always think we can't do it. It has to be a white-skinned person or a foreigner from another country who can fix stuff for us. I beg to differ. We are now grown. We've gone to some of the best schools the world has got to offer. It's time for us now to solve our problems. We have mismanaged copper over the years, and we are supposed to be one of the richest nations of the earth because of the abundance of copper. We are number 3 at the worst. Sometimes we've been number 2 world producer of copper. We are not a poor country, but we have mismanaged the sector because we've always felt that somebody else from another country has a better interest in this country, and let's give them our assets and then they'll give us change. It is no longer the position. There's greed all over the world. What God gives you as Zambia, keep it, work it. Even if you're producing a little bit at a time, it's yours. In Mumba, my elder brother, the late Michael Sata, may he so rest in peace, used to say, it's a Bemba saying, but he popularized it, that meaning, if it's your stuff, it doesn't matter whether you use a dirty finger to eat, nobody can stop you. It's your porridge. Copper is ours. The minerals in this country are ours. Let's not be in a hurry to cut deals as government officials so that we can get some percentage out of it at the expense of the Zambian people. There's no country on the continent of Africa that has as many trained metallurgical engineers as Zambia. We've been mining for many years. We are experienced in mining. I started my career in the mining industry myself. I do understand the fact that we are a trained citizenry in the mining sector. There is absolutely no reason, moral reason, for us to rush to give, for instance, the God opportunity that God has given to us to some foreigners. There's absolutely no justification. And that decision that has been made by government to give that mine to Kama in partnership with the CCM IH, we demand as MMD and on behalf of the Zambians in all provinces that have risen up against this decision, that government must reverse this decision. Listen, with other things, including copper, cobalt, zinc, in Kabwe, whatever minerals, emeralds that we have in abundance here, maybe we allowed government to play with it, but not this time. Gold is different. Gold is different. It's the standard of currencies around the world. You place it in the central bank of any country and it determines your wealth. The debt that we are trying to hire foreigners to come and solve for us can be resolved by the gold we have. It's the standard. If you have gold, you can pay any debt. You can never use the same rules. I'm glad government has got it as a strategic asset. But strategic asset does not mean you throw it on the market for anybody who has money which they acquired in questionable manners. This, my fellow colleagues in government, must not be an asset to be treated like we treated Mukula tree, like we treated the copper, like we treated every thing that God has given to us, with an attitude of Nalali fish. Do I know the one who wants to buy? Has he deposited money in my foreign account before he gets this contract? Not gold. God is ours. Zambians have said two things about this gold. Point number one, Zambians have made it very clear that we don't want a foreigner involved in this gold. Government is failing to understand that. Once Zambians decide, they have decided. If you go contrary to what they are saying, you are a short-lived government. They will let you push it until the next election, but they are not going to change on this matter. They want us to do this ourselves, even if we make mistakes. Even if it takes us a long time to learn how to do it and to fund this sector, it's still ours. We are going to take our time until we make it work. If we lack any expertise in extracting gold, we can go and hire somebody from within Africa who is better than us. Go to Ghana, they handle gold. Go to DRC, they handle gold. If we still can't find somebody within Africa to help us, we can go and hire somebody from another country and pay him. Here, we employ him to do a specific job. But it's us in control. This is 2020 Zambia. This is 2020 PF. We cannot behave like it's 1965. No. We are grown. We are educated. Listen to the English we're using. They use it in London, we use it here. We can negotiate anything on any table, whether in New York or London, because we have reached that stage. So, on behalf of the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, we demand that this decision be reversed so that we can start afresh, for this is a strategic asset for the nation, and Zambians must be agreed in the manner it's going. The second thing that Zambians are not happy about or uncomfortable about is that they do not believe there is transparency in the manner that this thing has been given to Kama or any other person that is trying to invest in this sector. I know that the government might say we are following all the procedures. Listen, I am a student of public policy. I like to say this because it's true. Public policy insists, my master's degree is in public policy, insists that it's not what you think as government, it's the perception of the population that determines whether they go with you or they will not go with you. Right now, my advice is that the perception of the Zambian people is that the awarding of these licenses to these foreigners has been done at a cost. And that cost is being interpreted into bribery of some of the officials, and they would like a more transparent system. Whether it is true, somebody has been bribed, or it's not true, the perception says that. How do we deal with this? We are starting for the first time to deal with gold. I advise that let's start right with the confidence and the support of all Zambians. This is a strategic asset that can get us out of all debt and make us the richest nation on the continent of Africa. Let's not mismanage it. Let's not use our political positions to jeopardize a bright future for our people who have wallowed in poverty on top of the soil that holds and which is the womb for some of the most precious metals that the world has ever claimed to have. Zambia, we are mature enough to look after our assets. If we fail in one way, we'll ask for help, but those people only come to help, but will be the drivers of this ship. I thank you, and may God bless our great nation.